No, it can't be happening. It can't be happening. No, 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 no. God, no, help us all. Oh, God. Hi, guys. It happened. The Royal Rumble 2014 just happened. This is by far the worst Rumble in history. Okay, I'm just running down the card. Alright, let's just get it all off. New Age Outlaws are the new tag team champions of the world. And I hate it. I hate it. It is by far one of the biggest, just what the hell moments in this company. It is by far just idiotic how stupid WWE is right now. And I hope someone in the company is watching this, because whoever is writing you, for you, WWE, you are the biggest idiot on human earth. To think just because someone from the Attitude Era is going to win the tag team titles, do you think you're going to get everybody coming back just to watch the New Age Outlaws? You know what they are now? They're the Old Age Outlaws, because haven't wrestled in God knows how long. Alright, and here's the kicker, too. If you want a real number one contender, why don't you look at the Usos? They've won, I don't know, 7 matches back-to-back? So they better be getting the next title shot soon. I don't know what else they have to prove to get a title shot. They beat, the Wyatts, 3 times in a row. They beat the Real Americans. But, this is just God almighty. Oh, my God. And that wasn't even the beginning to the shit night that was the Royal Rumble 2014. Let's just get into the next match. The next match, I have not watched the pay-per-view, so I'm not going to be basing this off the actual wrestling, because I'm not going to say it was a good match or anything like that. I'm just basing it off what WWE just, the booking of how stupid the company is. And how, WTF this is. It's just mind-blowing how stupid this company is. It is just so blind to try to give anyone a shot. And Daniel Bryan should have been your Royal Rumble 2014 winner. He should have been in the main event at Mania. No doubt in my mind. This entire crowd from tweets have just been chanting Daniel Bryan stuff all night long. That's what I've heard in the tweets. And Daniel Bryan versus Bray Wyatt. The crowd are chanting for Daniel Bryan the entire time. So what do? Let's let Bray Wyatt win, because that's just logical. This crowd has been chanting Daniel Bryan all night. Let's give him Daniel Bryan the loss. So that's great. So I want to know the meaning for this. Hey guys, hey, how should we book our most over star in the company? Let them lose. WWE booking right there. That's what's going to get them over there. And Vince probably sitting there. I think I know what's best. Oh no, this is Triple H. I think I know what's best for business. Let's let Daniel Bryan not win the Royal Rumble. But you know who should win? A guy that just came back in Batista. No, I'm not even going to get on that yet. So back into character. This guy's got it all. He just literally came back. So let's give him the win. And, not even that it. Let's put him in at 27 and let's just let him dominate. This guy's got it all. This guy couldn't make it in MMA, so let's give him the Royal Rumble win. So there we go. Okay, back into reality. That's what I think Triple H was thinking right there. This is mind-blowing how stupid this company is. It really is, to be so blind to what people want. It is a matter of what Vince, Triple H, and Stephanie want. No one has any say around here. I'm not basing it off wrestling. I'm basing it on outcomes. And you are just so stupid, WWE, to be this mindless to what your fans want. Alright, so let's get into the next match. Brock Lesnar versus Big Show. I heard this match basically was just Brock Lesnar hitting Big Show with a chair like 500 times. That's what I saw in a tweet. It said like 500 chair shots later. Brock Lesnar hits the F5. And it said it was like in a squash match. So, great booking there, too. You book Big Show as a big, strong guy that could probably beat Brock Lesnar. But you know what do? You let Brock Lesnar just dominate. There you go, WWE. There's a round of applause for stupidity. No, I'm not upset that Brock won. I wanted Brock to win, but in a squash match? It's like putting Brock, it's putting, let's put, who's a big star? It's putting let's put Daniel Bryan against, who's, like, how can I put this? Putting Daniel Bryan against John Cena, and just letting John Cena win, like, in 10 minutes, 5 minutes or something. Like, in their prime, how they are right now. That would just be stupid booking. Like, clear, just like, Cena wins. And do they just take bets on this? Do they just, like, flip a coin to see who wins the matches? Alright, heads or tails, who wants it? Brian wants tails. Husky, you want heads. It's heads, Husky, you win. That's how I think booking in this company goes. And yeah, I'm not calling him Bray Wyatt. I'm calling him Husky Harris. Because I still don't forget about it. You can't just deny that he was not Husky Harris and that he was one of the worst pieces of crap then. Yeah, the Wyatt family, it's kind of good. The two guys that are with him, they aren't really all that special. Bray Wyatt is nothing spectacular either. He's a great mic talker, but you need wrestling skills. Keyword in the sport, wrestling, not talking. Alright, let's go ahead and just get into the next match, which I think was the WWE title match. I've seen this match like 700 times by now, and I really could care less who won. Orton wins, big whoop. Okay, so I'm like, okay, this is going to be good, this is going to be good, this is going to be good. This gives Punk a higher chance to win or Daniel Bryan. I'm like, yes, Bryan's going to win, 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 Bryan's going to win. And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm reading the tweets, I'm like, okay, when does Bryan come out? I'm like, it's 27, Christ, you got to be number 30 or something. And then I read like 27's Batista, I'm like, oh my god, he still hasn't gotten eliminated. So, then I'm sitting there, and I'm like, they don't tell me he was 28, 29, and then I just see number 30 is Mysterio, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, you don't put your biggest star in the Rumble. This fan base has been chanting him all night long. Yes, yes, yes. Even your WWE title match, what were they chanting? We want Bryan, dun, 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 dun. We want Bryan, dun, 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 dun. And what does WWE do? Now, we know what's best for business. It's called money. That's all we care about. We got what we needed. Alright, so let's just get right into it. Royal Rumble match. Batista wins. This is Batista wins it. The guy that botches nearly every single time this guy wrestles, he botched something. Let's give him the main event spot at Mania. He's been back a whopping 6 days. 6 days. I mean, let's put him in the main event at Mania. This is mind-blowingly stupid. Mind-blowingly stupid. WWE is one of the... I thought last year sucked for WWE, and we're getting off to a great start at WWE to make this your worst year. I don't care about how awesome the WWE Network is. I do think that's a cool thing. Don't get me wrong. That's a great idea with a great price on it. for $120. If I'm not sure, but once you get once your first time payment and then that stuff out of the way. So then once you get let's say you had it for 2 years, and then you get a normal pay-per-view going to cost you around $60. Then that's a whopping 120. So for the price of 2, you get an extra 10 pay-per-views. But I'm going to be interested to see if they cut back on pay-per-views now. Would be interesting. Wouldn't surprise me by WWE. Let's get the lowest. Let's give somebody the lowest. Let's give them something the lowest quality for the top price is their motto. I'm going to give you an $800 ticket for a whopping $2,000. I just made that figure up. I know tickets aren't like $800 or $2,000. Well, they might be around $800 depending on what seats. If you get front row, they might be around that. But $2,000. Okay. But that isn't the point. This company is mind-blowingly stupid. You have the Old Age Outlaws winning tag team titles. No one's going to watch because the Old Age Outlaws are the tag team champions of the world. Okay. You just give a middle finger to every time Bryan loses to the fans. I understand that he has to lose, but every time you put him in a match, you just want him to lose. That's just WWE's goal. It's just to give the biggest middle finger to them. We're never going to push him. We're never going to push him. We're never going to push him. And then Brock Lesnar versus... You just make a squash match and you put Big Show as that? It doesn't even make sense. Oh my god. Oh, stupid this company is. It's mind-blowing. It really just is. Then the Royal Rumble is just even more retarded. It's one of the worst matches I have ever seen. I didn't see it, but one of the worst matches I ever heard of because Batista wins again. At least Sheamus is back. That's something good. That's the one thing that I'm happy about in this Rumble is Sheamus is back. Sheamus is back. So you can probably get something good out of there. You can probably see him. So at the Chamber, I'm guessing it's gonna be Brock Lesnar versus Randy Orton versus John Cena versus Daniel Bryan versus CM Punk versus Kane. I'm assuming. Oh god, this pay-per-view just sucked. It really did just suck. From what I've heard, it's one of the most diabolical pieces of crap on human earth. Okay, let's talk about this. The miles ahead company that just can go screw itself. WWE can just screw itself. TNA is so much better right there. Okay, TNA. Alright, let's go ahead and talk about Genesis. The key matches. Okay, number one, I want to talk about the cage match. Is how they kind of put that back a week, which I did not like. Because it promises, you're promising your fans something, and then you just take it back, and I don't think that's right. Instead of having Genesis in 2 weeks, I know that this was the most recent Impact Genesis, the most recent one, was the highest reading in about a year. I get that. So good for you guys, but you promise so much, but then you don't deliver half the stuff that you promised until, it's got to be 2 weeks. And what you could have done is put that all into one show and make an actual free pay-per-view. And that's my only really big complaint, but I'm talking about the key matches, not the filler stuff. Alright, let's go down the... Alright, let's talk about EC3 versus Sting. Decent match. I mean, you're not going to get anything great out of Sting anymore, but Sting versus EC3 is just... EC3 wins. That's the only thing that's good. That's the one thing that mattered, is to make sure that EC3 won. Because then he just seems like one of the biggest douchebags that you just want to punch in the face so badly because he gets everything handed to him. But then there is the 5-on-5, like a war. I guess I would call it 10-man tag, and that was a pretty good match. Yeah, that was on Genesis, the first Genesis. It was a pretty good match. I don't have any complaints about it. It got a little bit too chaotic towards the end, but it's a fun match, and it does its point in getting the good guys over, which I'm happy about because Samoa Joe's now getting over, and hopefully if this goes the way I want it to, it will be Joe versus Magnus at Lockdown, which would be a fantastic pay-per-view, and it's been way too long since we have not seen Joe in a world title picture, and that's just great. I really love that. And keep in mind, if that match happens, that's where he won his last title, was at Lockdown. He won his first World Heavyweight Championship and only World Heavyweight Championship in there. So that could be really good. And if he wins it there, I'm not going to be too mad. It just depends. Let's just see how Magnus for a couple months go, and I'll judge it then. But it was a good show. I mean, then you got Bully Ray versus Mr. Anderson, and that was just a brutal hardcore match. But now they're not going anywhere with it. They don't talk about it or anything. I don't get it. They need to like really kind of put up or shut up with this thing. I mean, they need to put Anderson as, now they're 1-1, and I'm assuming they're gonna have like a rubber last man standing mattress. I'm assuming. And I'm just assuming from there, I mean. But it was a brutal hardcore match. Mr. Anderson did like a senton onto the guardrail, and Bully moved out of the way. That's gotta hurt like crap. But it's a fun, great match. And you see Bully Ray went over. Didn't have a complaint. Unlike the Royal Rumble, that's just one of the worst pieces of crap on human earth. Madison Rayne versus Gail Kim. Madison Rayne's Knockouts champ. Really? Sign new knockouts. You just need to get new knockouts as fast as you can. I don't know anything because I don't watch independent stuff, but I mean, sign them. Get Angelina Love back. Get people back. That's my advice. The briefcase match between Gunner and James Storm. I liked the match. I thought it was a really good match. Good way to open the show. But my biggest problem with this is I still believe that James Storm should have went over. Keep in mind, he had the push back in 2012? I want to say 2012. And you just gave him the ultimate, like, crap dump. He didn't win the world title. He didn't get him that. And it's just like, oh my god. And now to see where he just ended, it's just frustrating. So, I'm hoping that feud isn't over because, oh, please to God, I need James with that case. I like Gunner, don't get me wrong, unless he shows me something soon that he can be a world heavyweight champion. I'm not looking forward to that. But since he's a face, I imagine that he's gonna go ahead and catch it in up front like John Cena did with the Money in the Bank, which is just stupid. It's one thing to be like, I'm gonna fight you, but there's one thing to be stupid. Which is one thing that I want to talk about, is stupidity by a person. I was about to reference the Royal Rumble, I can't even do it. The pay-per-view is so bad, it's not even like a laughing matter of how bad it is. It was diarrhea bad. It is one of the worst things on human earth. That is what that pay-per-view was. Oh, God. So next we have Sting versus Magnus. This was a decent match, and I loved Magnus, how he did not just say, "Oh, your band is over, I'll let you have a match." He said, No, you're banned still, but I'll tell you what, I'll give you a match if you put your contract on the line. And that was great, because that's not being stupid. Same thing with, like, Gunner's briefcase. Why would you randomly just put that on the line and you could lose it? It's just stupid. When you have nothing to gain, why would you do it? There's one thing of being prideful about something, but then there's stupidity. And that's just how it is. I mean, you can't be stupid, because fans are going to catch up on it. But, then we get... that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I mean, I can't think... Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta talk about the match of the night. Match of pay-per-view, which is Kurt Angle versus Bobby Roode in a steel cage. Phenomenal match. Kurt, you put your body on the line time in and time out, and you just show it to no extent. Kurt Angle is a amazing wrestler. He gets the win. I'm okay with that, because Bobby's got like 4 or 5 wins over him. And that's Kurt being a wrestler saying, hey, I don't know how long I can wrestle. Let me put over younger talent. What a new concept, WWE. You let your old talent develop your new talent, so that way they can be just as good as they were. WWE, I think I might have just opened up your mind, hopefully. If I didn't, I was worth a shot. But Bobby Roode gained a lot from his feud with Kurt Angle. He won matches. It wasn't just Bobby Roode getting beat like 4 or 5 times. It was Bobby Roode winning like 4 or 5 times. And he's cocky. He thinks he can take him. Why not? You've already beat him 4 or 5 times. You think you can do it again in a steel cage? And it worked. Kurt Angle continues after a moonsault off the steel cage. But that's it. That's basically it. By the way, American Wolves is the tag team division. That's desperately needed. Desperately needed. So we got some new tag guys, American Wolves. They're a great tag team. I've seen them a little bit in Ring of Honor. So that's it for this one, guys. They had a great promo on the second Genesis. The debut was kind of lackluster. There's a new investor in TNA, and that's going to be revealed next week. Again, follow me on Twitter. I'll put that link down in the description. And so, yeah, I will see you guys on next time. But again, don't expect a lot of wrestling. This one was just a special thing because the Royal Rumble sucked so hard. And I kind of just threw a little bit of TNA in there just so I can talk about the massively better company. So that's basically it, guys. Hope you guys enjoy. I put up another video. I put up like 2 videos today. I put up the wrestling one, and then I put up this one that you're watching, and then I put up the top 10 games of most anticipated for 2014, and I did that with a friend. He did a list, I did a list, and I kind of just shared what we each put down. So go ahead, please hit subscribe. It helps me out to put out more content. And if you guys keep hitting that like button, I'll probably do some more wrestling stuff, but I get more views on my wrestling, on my video gaming stuff, so go ahead, hit the like button. It helps me to know what content to bring to you guys. And that's going to be it for this video, so see you guys next time. Peace.